Hi BookTube! My name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. Today I'm coming to you with a daily reading update. Today is the 14th of April. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you all had a great weekend. They go by way too fast. So yeah, quick reading update. I have a couple things to talk about in this video, but So, Dewey's. I was going to vlog Dewey's readathon, and I didn't end up doing that because I was super busy yesterday. Garrett and I went out and did running around all morning, then we came home and I had lunch, and then I had a nap. I'm tending to nap a lot more on the weekends lately, I am noticing. Almost like, I push myself all week, and then I need that downtime on the weekends. So I napped for about an hour yesterday. And then in the afternoon, I did do some reading. I was reading Sworn to Silence by not by Kate Burkholder, by Linda Castillo, which is the first book in the Kate Burkholder series. And I love that series. I love that book. It's a reread for me. I was like, I was going to work my way through the series again. And yeah, it's a little too much for me right now. The brutality, the violence, the descriptions, I just can't right now. My head is not in that kind of a space. I want cute and fluffy and fun and romance, and that's what I decided to do. So I decided to DNF for now. I mean, I've read the book before it, so it was a reread for me. And maybe when all this is said and done, when I am in a better place mentally, health-wise, and all those good things, then it's a series I will revisit it, because it's definitely one I want to get back to. But it's one that is just not for me right now. But it is Amish in April, and there is some Amish books I want to read. Or actually, there's a series, so I'm going to talk about that in just a second. But I wanted light and fluffy, so I decided to go back to where my heart is with category romance. And I decided to read some American romance, one of the lines that is no longer around, but a lot of the books are available as ebooks, which is fantastic. So I just picked a random month, and there is a way that I've been picking these, or are going to be picking these going forward, because I want to read all 4 of the books that came out in this specific month that this book was released. And I'll share that with you at another point, in another video at some point when I pick my next set of books. I'll share with you how I do that and how it is all very, very random. But the one that I started today was the Lawmans Christmas Proposal by Barbara White Daly. This is part of the Hitching Post Hotel series. So there's the cover. Very, very cute. Very, very pretty. Christmassy, cowboys, small town in, I think, Montana. Or is it in New Mexico? I can't remember where. I think it's New Mexico. And it's a second chance romance. Excuse me. He is a cop, big city cop in Los Angeles, and something happened, and he has come back to this small town. She is back because she's a widow. Her husband passed. She has 2 very young children, and she's helping her grandfather with his business, and they run back into each other, and sparks fly. So I am very excited. I'm a chapter into it so far, and I'm really, really liking it. It's exactly what I want at this time. Now, in terms of Amish in April, I also wanted to start a Amish book. Amish in April is a reading event that is hosted by myself and Elizabeth over at Lizzie Faye Loves Books. And we do this every year. I've been doing it for many, many years now. There are prompts, but basically it's just to read Amish books, or books that feature Amish people or characters or what have you. And Elizabeth tends more towards the, of course, more Christian religious Amish type, especially the romances and things like that, which is great. I tend to be more of the Kate Burkholder, which was, for those of you who don't know the Kate Burkholder series, it is about a woman who used to be Amish, who works now as the chief of police in a small town that has Amish people in it, and brutal murders take place. So it is Amish, like in that sense. But I wasn't really in the mood for like a love-inspired book or anything like that from Harlequin. They do a lot of Amish books. I kind of really wanted to binge a cozy mystery series. Now, one of my favorites, of course, is The Amish Candy Shop by Amanda Flower. I absolutely love it. But I have read through that series, and I read them recently too, like within the last 6 to 8 months. And I thought it's not a series I wanted to do again right now. So I decided to pick up the series that is kind of a spin-off to that, and that is the Amish Matchmaker Series. So this is also by Amanda Flower. Now, for those of you who've been watching for a while, you may remember that I did start this first book, but I don't think I got all the way through it. Can't remember why. I think at the time I just wasn't in the mood for it, maybe. But I am going to be starting it actually tonight on audio while I am sitting here editing this video, or while this video is uploading, and that is Matchmaking Can Be Murder by Amanda Flower. It's got two mischievous goats, and our amateur sleuth team are two older ladies who are matchmakers, who are also solving mysteries and murders and such. So even though this is about murder, it's still going to sit better with me because it's a cozy murder, like it's murder light. It's not, for those of you who have read Kate Burkholder, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They are violent and graphic and just not what I wanted right now. This, completely adorable and cozy. Yes, there's a murder victim, but you know, there's very few bloodshed, or you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we don't get into the ins and outs of the murder itself. That's like a side. It's like, yeah, so what? Somebody died. Let's figure out who did it. But I do plan to actually binge my way through this whole series. There's 5 books right now. I want to get through all 5 of them. I'm not saying I'm going to get through them in April. I'd like to get at least 2, maybe 3 of them listened to in April, and maybe the next couple in May. But I do want to go through them all back to back to back to back. All the books are available on Kindle Unlimited, at least in Canada, if you guys are interested in reading it yourself. And I believe all of the audiobooks are available on Hoopla. And that's where I'll be listening to the audiobooks from, is through Hoopla. Now, for those of you who want to read that series because you think it sounds delightful, do keep in mind, if you have not read the Amish Candy Shop series and you want to read that one as well, you really shouldn't start the Amish Matchmaker until you're at a certain point through the Amish Candy Shop series. Because if not, you will be spoiled for something that happens in Amish Candy Shop. I don't know what book that is. I am actually caught up, except for I haven't read the newest one, which is Peanut Butter Panic. I started that one, or was it Blueberry Blunder? No, it was Blueberry Blunder I started, and I didn't get the whole way through it. Because I think at the time, What's-Her-Face was driving me crazy. The one with the pig. The pig's name is Jethro. I'm thinking about one of the brothers from the Winston Brothers series, Jethro, and I can't remember the woman's name. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But I have already finished past the point where I was going to be spoiled for something in Amish Candy Shop. For anyone who knows, I know that there's a bunch of other horror cozy readers. Do post in the comments below what book it is that you need to have read in Amish Candy Shop to start the Amish Matchmaker. I will pin that comment, so that way anyone else who wants to know will see that there. What else do I want to share with you guys? I talked about the new Kobo Color e-reader on Friday, and that I wanted to order it, that I was going to pre-order it, yada, yada, yada. I actually decided not to, guys. I held off. Are you proud of me? I'm proud of me. Although I am going to be getting a different e-reader. I was looking at it and I'm like, yeah, this is very cool. But it's really no different than any other Kobo I already have. It's just in color. Which, don't get me wrong, is cool. But as someone who doesn't read graphic novels, really, like if I read a graphic novel, I'll read it on my Kindle Fire, right? Like if I'm looking at the Babysitters Club graphic novels. Or if I don't read manga, or I'm not somebody who highlights, so really the color is just going to be like, oh, here's the color cover when I open up the device. It doesn't change anything to the reading experience for me. And at the price point, the fact that I already have 4 Kobos seemed a little bit like overkill. So I decided to say no. Now, if one of my Kindles dies, if one of the Claras dies, I have 2 Claras and I have the Libra. If one of those dies, then I might go ahead and upgrade at that point. But I'm really not jumping on the bandwagon for this one yet, because for me, it doesn't hold a lot of value for the price point. However, there is something else that I have found. And I have to thank and blame Ollie for this one. So Ollie over at Criminolly did a review last week on the Box Plasma device that he has, the BOOX Plasma. And it's about the size of a cell phone, and it's an e-reader. It's an e-ink e-reader. So just like your Kindle, right? Like just like your Kindle e-ink device, but it's an Android device, meaning you can download apps like Libby, like Hoopla, like Gloss from Harlequin, and read the books that you have on those apps in an e-ink display. That one that he held up is actually a little bit beyond my budget right now. So I'm going to step away from that one. But there is another one. I can't remember the name of it. But I hope to get that one. It's a little bit cheaper because it's only a 6-inch screen. Like, it's not a very big screen, but that's fine by me. I love the Kindle Basic. I absolutely love the Kindle Basic. And I think that's only a 6-inch screen. So for the fact of the matter, for me, that's a better e-reader for my buck, because now all of a sudden, if I can borrow an ebook from Hoopla and I can read it e-ink. All of those books that I own on the Gloss app from Harlequin, I can now read under e-ink. That makes me so excited. Like, that makes me more excited than color. Does that make sense? So that's where I've decided to do. I'm going to put some money aside, and I'm going to treat myself, because I jokingly told my husband about this. I said, I really think it would be one e-reader to rule them all. Like, if I can get this thing, because you can put the Kindle app on it, you can put the Kobo app on it, I literally would have no use for the rest of them. And I even said to Garrett, I contemplated like maybe selling them, some of them, because I'm not going to need them. I mean, a couple of them I'll keep. I love my Kindle Basic. I love my Kindle Paperwhite. The Oasis can go as far as I'm concerned. And then for the Kobo, I would probably just keep the Libra. And I don't know about this. The Scribe I love. It's the big one. But it's not really practical. Like, to be honest, like, if and when I do end up in hospital in the fall, I don't predict me taking it with me. Let's put it that way, because I don't want it to get damaged. Anything can happen. If I put it in a drawer or somebody, I'm not saying that this happens, but you hear about it all, like, quite often, that things get taken and whatever. So I don't know. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I want to get this box device, BOOX device, and see how it works. And then I'll make a decision from there. So I'm excited about it. Like I said, one e-reader to rule them all. And last but very, very much not least, this is a little bit of a longer video, but that's okay because I haven't talked to you guys in a couple days. I finished reading The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. I gave this 4 stars. I liked it. I did not like it nearly as much as I liked A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. This was interesting. My biggest thing against this, and I was looking at reviews online, and I was in the minority for this, I should say, that I didn't really like our main character, Belle. I thought right from the get-go, she had an attitude. She had a chip on her shoulder, and it was present throughout the entire book. And then when she's told something, she's just like, okay, and just believes it. I don't want to give too much of this away, because really, I do have to say there were a lot of twists and turns in this book. Some of the stuff I had predicted, like as I was reading, I was like, this has to be what's going on. And I ended up being right. But other things, it was like, whoa, I didn't see that coming at all, right? So basically, it's about a girl named Belle, who's, when she was 2 years old, her mother disappeared. And she's been gone for 16 years. And now they're doing a film documentary on the mother. And all of a sudden, she reappears. And it's them trying to find out, Belle trying to find out what happened to her, because everybody's lying. So yeah, it was good. Don't get me wrong. I liked it. I didn't love it. But it was an enjoyable read. Like, don't say, oh, I'm not going to read it now, because no, read it, because it was really good. Very twisty. Towards the end, I kind of went, oh, a couple times. Like, that surprised me, So I'm not going to actually be keeping this copy of it. I'm actually going to give it to my niece. Because I know she's the one who originally told me about A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So I know she's a fan of Holly Jackson. So I thought she might get a kick out of getting a copy of the hardcover. Like, I've read it, so might as well pass it on, right? And I'd rather it go to Katie than, just donating it to a thrift store. At least I know somebody else is going to read it, right? Or the person who gets it's going to be appreciative, I should say. So that's it, guys. I'm going to get this video uploaded, edited and uploaded. You're probably not actually going to see it till Monday. I do have some video ideas for this week. see how I'm feeling. Actually, I should get one filmed tomorrow night on Monday night. And I really want to do the old school April tag. I have not been tagged in it, but I've watched everybody else's and they're so much fun. I've really loved watching the ones of those of us of a certain age. Because it's kind of like, oh yeah, like, you know, the whole nostalgic aspect of it. And I've really been enjoying that. So I'm hoping to do that myself. And then this coming Friday is going to be an announcement for the Page Count Reading Challenge, which will be starting the following Monday. Exciting. All right, guys. I hope you all had a great weekend. I hope you guys all have a great week this week coming. And I really will try to be on here more often. I have missed talking to you guys. You know, I just have been tired, to be completely honest. But if I can even pop on for 2 or 3 minutes a day and just do these quick little updates, you know, that's enough to make me happy. So yeah, I hope that works for you guys as well. You know, I'm sorry that the video content and quality has gone down over the last 6 months or so, but I mean, for those of you who have been here for a while, you know why. You know, I'm hoping that will ramp back up again when all this is said and done. When I am healthy again. Anyway, guys, that's it. I will talk to you later. Take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye.